Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Game Master Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today's video I'm going to be talking about convention-specific rules for my game sessions that I utilized, throughout these last several years of running at game conventions, and these new modified rules I'm going to go over now. I will be introducing at ShireCon 2025 coming up in September. I'm going to show you all of the details for that convention as well. But getting back onto the idea that running tabletop role-playing games in the convention setting is a completely different experience than running in your home game, whether it's playing at a table or playing virtually, or even if you're going to a local game shop where you're going to return, the next week, in 2 weeks, or even once a month. Each of those game environments are completely different. And so you can't run a game system uh, in an identical way, going from one mode of delivering your game session to another. Totally different experiences to be had by the players, and you want to make sure that, in particular for convention game sessions, that the players are getting the most bang out of the 3.5 to 4 hours of game time they're actually going to be experiencing. So I'm going to give you some pointers, some things that have worked really well for me, and also introduce some convention specific rules that I've utilized at the table again that have really helped me become just a much better game master in the convention space. And you're certainly welcome to borrow these and use them freely. There's no issue there. I'm actually all too happy to share these out. And when I go to conventions, I always bring extra copies of what the handouts are for players. That way they can go home with one of them, and go home with their character sheets as well. And which I think is a really, really important thing for you to do in a convention space, is let the players go home with the character sheets. But also go home with your homebrews, and that's what I want to focus on here today. So as you can see, I'm using the image from last year. So this was my gaming group last year. We were playing Shadow Dark here last year, doing my Shards of Ymir, which I'm actually working on to convert that adventure now to a totally different game system once again. So it started off with Conan 2D20, it shifted to Shadow Dark, and now I'm going to be looking to shift it over to Castles and Crusades game system as well. So that as an aside, I am running Castles and Crusades this upcoming convention. That's all I am running, and it's part of the adventure, the Endless Worlds organized play, sponsored by Trollord Games. Really excited about getting that aspect of my game mastery started off this year in 2025. So without further ado, let's shift over to this view here. So this is ShireCon, and as you can see, it is September 26th and 27th, so just a little over 6 weeks away. Really excited about it. It's the 7th year of this convention. It is in North Canaan, Connecticut. So it is a Friday and Saturday convention. So be sure to try to get out there and catch it if you can. Now, attending. I am going to bring up my schedule here so that you can see how I have my schedule laid out. And my first game is at game session is at 1 p.m. That is Eastern Time on Friday, 9/26, and I am running my own adventure, The Tinker's Lost Chest. All right, as you can see, this is full. Typically, my games do get full. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these people. Some of these people have played with me before. I know Sarah has played, and she might actually be in that photograph that I used as well. I'd have to double check that and see. But some of these are returning players, and that's something else that you're going to encounter at many of these smaller cons as well. So that's the first game in my list. Then I am playing in Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland super secret playtest. So I'm really excited about this. I've never played this game system before, and that's something that I encourage you to do at conventions. You know, when you're going to conventions, you want to do two things. You want to run game sessions at a convention, even if it's just one, just to gain that kind of experience. And then the other is to play in new game systems that you've never played before. Expand your experience with them. I'm really looking forward to this. I see some people I know for many, many years, like Scott Legault, who runs Rising Phoenix, and some of the other names I do recognize as well. So that's game two, and that is being run by EJ Murphy, who I've not met as far as I know. At least the name is not telling me that we've met before. So and then I go to my Saturday schedule and Into the Dark. So Into the Dark is the official Castles and Crusades new starter set adventure. All right, so, and once again, I have a full block of people. Some people I have played with before or have played with me in my game sessions before, such as Michael and Stan. Always good to see you guys. I'm glad to have you in here once again. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then finally, the last in my, I'm doing Against the Dark Master. I'm going to play in this, and I picked this one because it's only 2 hours, and there's still 2 tickets available here. It's only 2 hours long, and it's just myself and Stan right now. So hopefully, more people. I'm sure more people will fill up. And it's from open-ended games. So really interested to see what this is all about. And then finally, to wrap this up, I'm going into the Tavern Brawl. And so the Tavern Brawl, this is run by Tom. Tom Wilson is the organizer of this, convention. He does a phenomenal job. He and his whole family, they do a great job at running this convention. And every year I've managed not to make the Tavern Brawl. I don't know why. It just ended up being that way. This year I have, dedicated myself to absolutely going here. Many of these people I have played in games, in their games, or they've played with me in mine and such, and I recognize all of these names, or many, many of these names. And again, some of these people were in that image as well. So really looking forward to seeing these people once again. And there's still 4 tickets available, so catch in there if you can. Now, I'm going to switch now to my my game rules. All right, so what we have here is this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give each of the players a blank character sheet for both sessions of Castles and Crusades that I'm running, and they're going to have a standard array that I have developed just for this instance here. So, and this is play testing out this. If they do prefer to roll, they can certainly roll their attributes as well. But but hopefully they'll decide that if a character does die, that they'll just go with the standard array, and they'll have more than enough blank character sheets in order to transition to another character if they need to. The character starting levels is going to be level 4 for the Tinker's Lost Toolkit, which is actually much higher than what it was in my home game. This is an adventure that I had run in my home game. My players are just about done wrapping this one up, and so that's why I'm really glad that we did have that time to play test it. They went from basically level 1 through level 3 in this adventure. But like I said, you have to make modifications for convention play because we're only going to be sitting there for 4 hours. And so I wanted to give the characters a little bit more bang for their buck. And level 4 in Castles and Crusades does bring a new layer of abilities to the table. It will allow me to really juice up some of the encounters that are the planned encounters, and then also give them a better chance of surviving even against greater odds than what was done in my home game. So characters will start at level 4. They'll start with 1 magic weapon of choice and 1 armor item of choice. For Into the Darkness, the characters will be starting at level 2. Once again, just to give them a little bit more crunchiness to it, and that adventure is written for starting levels 1 or 2. The barbarians, bards, clerics, druids, fighters, illusionists, rangers, rogues, and wizards will all be the possibilities for both gaming groups to play, and I will have the 3-page character class descriptions for each of those available for the players to look over as they're playing. Magic systems for convention play. So in your typical Dungeons and Dragons or other game system that utilizes the Vancian magic system, where you get just a number of spells to cast per day, and then you have to rest and then restudy for the following day. Now, that doesn't work necessarily well for convention play because you're really not looking to have the player characters sleep overnight. You want them to keep on going, so you need to have a magic system where your spellcasters aren't going to burn up their spells in 1 or 2 encounters, and they still have 10 more encounters or 10 more possible encounters to go. So you want to have a system very much like what is in Shadowdark, where there's a spell check done, and if they pass, they've casted the spell effectively, and only if they critically fail do they lose the spell for the rest of the day. So this is the system that I came up with. Intelligence or wisdom modifier plus level. So in this case it would be 4, right? So it's the modifier. Let's say they put a +2, the highest of the attributes that they could have into their intelligence. Let's say it's a magic user, and a magic user gets 2 first-level spells, and then the intelligence modifier will be 4 first-level spells. All right, they would be able to cast 4 different first-level spells throughout their adventuring. All right, if they succeeded hitting the target number, and the target number is a 12 minus their level, minus their mod, plus the level of the spell. So again, let's say they're casting a first level spell, right? So it is basically a 12 plus the mod, minus the mod, so a 10. So their target number is a 10. If they roll a 10 or better, they were successful. They can cast the spell again, but on a roll a natural 1, the spell is lost for the rest of the session. So they can fail casting a spell, but they don't lose it for the day unless they roll a natural 1. And I think that this will give them a lot more versatility. They'll have more spells that they can cast, and they can cast more different types of spells that they can cast than normal, and also the higher frequency that they can cast those spells as long as they're successful. Heroic points. So once again, I borrowed this from a number of different systems. Originally it was in Modifius's Conan 2D20. It's also in Shadow Dark to a certain extent. These are my own modified rules, play tested extensively across a number of game systems and at a number of conventions. So the max for a player is 3 hero points, and they start with 1. 6 in the pool. All right. On a natural roll of an 18 or 19, the player gains 1 point. On a natural 20, the player gains a point, and the party pool gains a hero point. And I use coins to represent these. Hero point spends must be declared before a roll except for the 3-point or the 4-point re-rolls. 1 point you roll with advantage for a skill or an attack. 2 points spend, you roll with advantage, attack and damage. A 3-point re-roll, so again, you don't have to declare this ahead of time. You can use your 3 hero points to re-roll the last failed roll that you made. All right, so 3 points is for that. 4 points, which requires you to borrow 1 point from the party pool. So you need to have your own 3, and then 1 from the party, or at least 1 from the party pool, possibly 2. You get to re-roll with advantage the last roll. All right, and then finally, this is like the ultimate expenditure. 5 points. Rolling with advantage plus a crit on an 18, 19, or 20, modified or natural, doesn't matter. Requires 3 from the player and at least 2 from the party pool. Critical successes and fumbles. On a critical roll of a natural roll of a 20 is a critical success. It does double damage maximum or double the spell effect. All right, on a natural 1 is a fumble. The spell is lost for the day. You might hit an unintended target. You lose the remaining actions plus the actions of next round due to rolling a natural 1. So it is a fumble. It is a spell loss if you're casting a spell. If there's a possibility of hitting an unintended target, such as like a missile weapon into a crowd, then it could potentially hit another target, and then you lose your remaining actions. Initiative. This is the last of the modifications I'm utilizing, and then we'll see how this play tests out. But initiative is rolled once per scene unless a dramatic shift occurs, such as a PC death, NPC reinforcements, and etc., etc. I'm going to try to maintain the initiative throughout as much of the entire session as possible, but there are going to be multiple scenes, major divisions in what is going on during both adventures, and so it might give an opportunity to change up the order in which initiative is being rolled. So there's pretty much my rules for the upcoming convention. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to presenting the players with these modified rules, and these work for any game system. As you can tell, anything that's using a D20 system, these will work for, and they're designed to make the game flow much faster. They're designed to give the players a new currency to really enhance their their heroic, actions, and really it allows me as the game master to throw pretty decent, challenging, uh, challenges at them. So I won't feel as if they're really hitting a roadblock, or there's a potential for a total party wipe or anything like that. I mean, if that happens in the event, the players will have had so many opportunities to get some second chances, in that situation. And yes, it can happen. I've actually had it happen where up to 4 player characters died with one hazard, and that's just because they were just rolling terribly over and over and over again. Um, you know, which is an interesting thing to have occur at a convention as well. It's somewhat expected that convention gameplay is much more hazardous than in your home games. But I think this makes it a little bit more dynamic, and I'm really looking forward to presenting my players. Some of which are new players to my table. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it's going to be a great time, I'm sure. Um, I'm certainly going to have a great time, and I'm really expecting that they will too. It's a great game system. Castles and Crusades is an awesome game system, and and playing at this particular convention is just a really, really great experience, and so I'm looking forward to it. Once again, this will be my 4th year going to this particular convention, so I'm really excited for it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments to make about that, I will, certainly I'm open for your comments on them, and and if you're going to be there, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you there. I did leave on that Saturday. There's like a 2-hour block that I left open so that I can just go around and say hello to people, and possibly do some interviews as well for the channel. So I'll certainly be looking to do that as well and see how everyone's doing, and check out some, check out the vendors, check out some of the other stuff going on, and plus grab some lunch. So you all have a great rest of your weekend. I know it's Friday night, so enjoy the weekend. And as always, thanks for stopping in. I look forward to seeing you at the convention or on my gaming screen sometime soon. You'll have a great rest of your evening. Take care.